Assalamualaikum. My name is Noor Nawwarah binti Khalid. So today I will present on the influences of Korean wave among Malay Muslim female young adults. Korean wave is a term that being posited by a Chinese journalist in China to describe the popularity of Korean drama. And Korean wave inclusive of music, movies, dramas, television shows, games and food, the language, the country and others. So audiences' interest toward Korean wave has escalated very fast, especially in the neighboring countries of Korea, for example, Japan, China, Vietnam and also Malaysia. So the problem statement of this study is before this, most of the studies on this area has been conducted within countries, for example, Japan, China, Taiwan, Singapore and Philippines. Therefore, their respondents are mostly Chinese or other religions upbringing. So the gap, we cannot understand the reception of informants from Malay Muslims. And before this, most of the studies on Korea studied on historical relationship between Malaysia and South Korea, as well as the rise of Korean wave in Malaysia. However, they do not have deeper understanding on how their respondents reacted to the behaviors or contents against with Islamic principles. And the research questions for this study, first we have what are the media that being used by Malay Muslim female young adults in regards to Korean wave, why Korean wave is popular among Malay Muslim female young adults, how does Korean wave influence Malay Muslim female young adult audiences, and we also want to know what are the strategies that being used by the respondents to follow to the Islamic teachings while embracing Korean wave. And the researchers use cultivation theory. This theory is developed by Gardner. Okay, actually this theory is being used to identify the effects of television towards the viewers. And Gardner argues that television portrays the world that will be instilled in audiences' mind passively. And long-term exposure to such content can make audiences to believe that the reality in the television is the reality in the outside world is similar to the reality on the television. And earlier times, television was one of the main sources of entertainment and information. However, as the technology advancements goes by, people are being exposed to certain messages in the media via smartphone, internet, social media, and others. So there are several studies that have been using cultivation theory. We have Jin and Jeong, okay, that examine effect of South Korean drama on the respondents on the perceived incidence of single life and having fewer children in married life. Then we have Hernandez, in which they want to know whether individuals who view romantic films consider themselves a low or high romantic. And we have Wu and Lee, they want to identify the effects of South Korean soap operas on Vietnamese female audiences. And Al-Jamazi and Asil, they want to know the impact of Turkish TV drama on Turkish image. And last but not least, we have Ali et al. They use cultivation theory to find out the factors on the adoption of Korean popular culture by university students. So Korean wave or Hallyu means the acceptance of various countries towards South Korean popular culture. We have dramas, music, movie, reality show and others. And it has been accepted in many Asian countries as well as in the Middle East, Africa, Europe and other countries. So several studies on Korean wave. First, we have Jalaluddin and Ahmad. In their study, they found out that their respondents love to learn Korean language and they love Korean drama because it has nice plots and happy endings. Jang and Paik, okay, the same as Jalaluddin and Ahmad, in which they found out that Korean dramas are relaxing, cheerful, romantic and the respondents want to follow the Korean lifestyles and trends. And Sigi, Zakai and Yuyu, they found out that their respondents love Korean music and soap operas. They learn the language because they want to know more about the culture. They eat Korean foods and they follow Korean fashion. And this is for Yu Chin and Wei, this is similar to the previous study. They love Korean foods and fashion industry hugely influenced by Korean fashion. And Tuhami and Al-Haq, they found out the respondents adopted Korean language in daily communication. Meanwhile, Lee and Kin, they enjoy Korean drama series, variety shows, music and fashion. And the methodology of this study used qualitative methodology and the population we have young adults, female, Malay and Muslim women who are fans of Korean dramas, movies, reality shows, songs and others. So there are 12 respondents altogether that participated in this study. And the research procedure, it was conducted in June 2020 and audio and video recorded with respondents' permission. The researcher used semi-structured interview questions and the analysis that being used is semantic analysis. So to answer the first research question, to know the Korean wave media exposure, so the study conducted by Ali et al. Okay, it used the same theory. However, the present study shows that respondents mostly use internet websites, social media applications, and stream media more than the traditional media, for example, television and radio. This is probably because of the respondents' age, young adults, and their daily routine in which they are the heavy users of social media and internet, and this can be supported by Ilakovan, in which they found out that the young adults are heavy users of social media, such as YouTube, and they spend more time on social media. And for research question 2, to know whether is popular among young adults or not. And the study found out that Korean wave are very popular among young adults, female Malay Muslim. This is because of several reasons. First, it is because it has fresh storylines and themes in which it makes it more enjoyable and relaxing. So this study is in line with Jalaluddin and Ahmad and Jang and Paik, in which they found out that Korean entertainment has nice plots, happy endings and relaxing. However, key population in Jalaluddin and Ahmad, their respondents are youth, so this present study contribute by indicating that young adults also enjoy watching Korean entertainment. And another reason why Korean wave is popular is because it has cultural values that the respondents can apply in their real life. For example, it emphasizes on friendship, love, respect parents, elders, seniors, and self-love. So this study reports has the same finding as KIC. However, in the study, the researcher instead the Islamic perspectives to each one of the values. So for friendship, Korean entertainment, it emphasizes on friendship, and Islam also does the same. Islam encourage Muslims to find good friends. For example, Imam Ali, he said that try to have as many as possible true friends because they are the one who will be with us whenever we are in happy or in a sad mood. And then, like in Korean entertainment, it emphasizes on love. Islam also promotes and encourages to love everyone around them, regardless of gender, race, religion, and others. Because Prophet Muhammad also mentioned, you will not enter paradise until you believe, and you will not believe until you love to the other Muslim what you love to yourself. And Korean entertainment is popular among young adults because it teaches them to respect parents and elders. So this is similar to in Islam. Allah commanded all Muslims to respect and treat their parents in a good manner. Your Lord has decreed that you worship none but Him and that you be kind to your parents. Okay, and self-love. Korean idol highlights self-love, and Islam also do the same. Prophet Muhammad mentioned that we must love ourselves. Okay, we can see here very loud. Your own self has rights over you. So fast and break your fast, pray and sleep. Okay, now we proceed to research question 3 to know the influences of Korean wave. So the respondents, they said that they are positively influenced by Korean. Study confirmed Agustina and Notman, in which they found out that the respondents want to have a flawless or skin look like Korean celebrities and idols, and they follow their favorite idols' makeup tutorials. And this study also confirmed Kaisi and Yuchen and Wei, in which they are hugely influenced by the Korean fashion, wears jackets and knitwear. And the current study population is young adults. However, the Yuchen and Wei study are teenagers. Okay. And this study also in line with Jang and Paik, in which the respondents enjoy watching Korean dramas because the contents are family friendly. It has lack of intimate scenes and the celebrities dress conservatively. And this study is also similar with Yu Chen and Wei, in which fans being influenced to consume Korean foods such as kimchi and ramen. And the difference between this study and Lee et al. And Arifin et al. Is this study includes the Islamic perspectives of Korean wave, in which the respondents, they are aware on the negative and positive influences of Korean wave. They know the limitations between what they can do and they cannot do. However, they said that the other Korean fans negatively influenced by Korean wave. Okay, some of the negative influences that they said others being influenced are first they tend to lie to their parents. Okay, others are being too obsessed with Korean idols until they are willing to lie to their parents to get more money. They said that they want to buy for example, they want to buy school supplies. However, they use the money to buy Korean idols merchandise. So Muslims, they must not tell lies because Prophet Muhammad has mentioned lying is not permitted in Islam except in several situations. And excessive spending of wealth. They said that others willing to spend hundreds or thousands to buy Korean products or idols merchandise. So Muslims, they have to be moderate in spending wealth because it is stated in Quran that we have to spend not too excessively. Okay, and then other Korean fans are also being influenced to consume alcoholic drink known as soju or rice wine because they want to follow the Korean idols or celebrities. So Muslims, they must not follow this behavior because we cannot consume alcohol. And they also do not monitor the interaction with the non-mahram. Okay, for example, when there's concert, they said that other Korean fans, not other respondents, other Korean fans, the respondents said they tend to hug their male idols freely. They acted drama scenes with their boyfriend. So Muslims, they have to monitor their interactions with the non-mahram. And the other Korean fans also, the respondents said they tend to follow another religion's practice. For example, they follow morning's practice. Okay, so Islam forbids Muslims to follow the other religion's practice. Okay, we also being forbid to mourn the death of non-Muslim by singing or doing the candlelight vigil because it clearly resembles another religion's practice. Prophet Muhammad has mentioned, he who imitates any people in their actions is considered to be one of them. And okay, the respondents also said other Korean fans, they tend to learn Korean language not because they want to use it daily, but they want to curse others who do not know about the Korean language. Okay, so they adopted the curse words because they want to curse their friends. Okay, so this usage of curse words is not allowed in Islam. Okay, Abu Hurairah had reported that Prophet said a true believer is never used to cursing others. Now we proceed to research question 4 to know the strategies being used by the respondents to embrace Korean wave according to Islamic teachings. So this study is different from Kaisi, Lee and Kim and Arifin et al. In which their studies don't have any strategies to control from becoming too obsessed with the Korean wave. So in this study, the researcher found out that the respondents practice self-control and be moderate, and this is in line with Islam. So fans, they should not love their Korean idols and celebrities too obsessive. Okay, they have to be moderate in everything, whether it is religion, worship, relationship, idols, or daily activities. So by being moderate and practice self-control, it makes them to be better slaves of Allah. Because Allah has mentioned that, but as for him who feared standing before his Lord and restrained himself from impure evil desires and lust, verily paradise will be his abode. Okay, for the conclusion, so Korean wave is being well accepted among Malay Muslim female young adults because they can relate it to their daily life. Okay, they learn Korean language to understand what their idols are talking about easily. They consume Korean foods because it shares the similarities as Malaysian foods. They follow their favorite celebrities' fashion style as well as beauty regime, and they are not being directly impacted by the non-Islamic elements in Korean wave because they know what is good and what is wrong. This is probably because of their religion and culture upbringings. Okay, and they know what actions to follow and not to follow because they practice self-control and they be moderate in their activities. So that's all from me. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.